Hi, welcome to Silverado Middle School's Back to School Night, September 23rd, 2020. I'll tell you, this is a different type of back to school night than I've ever experienced, and I'm sure the same is for you. My name is Mrs. Strommen, Jennifer Strommen, and I'm one of the teachers here in the Gateway program. I want to personally welcome you and your scholar to the 2020-2021 school year. Wow, this is my 12th year in Gateway. Never knew that I would stay for so long, but there's so many things about this particular program that I absolutely love. And so I'm super over the moon excited to share this year with you and your scholars. This year, I'll be teaching reading, writing, science, life skills, and PE. And I'm sure you've either heard or seen some of the activities that we've done over this virtual learning situation that we have going on right now. I'd love to talk about some of those additional skills that we practice here in Gateway. Both Ms. Can and I highly value and highly regard our scholarship, our scholars, and the academics that we present to your scholar, to your student. But we also like to take a moment to discuss these other items that are really important to us in our program for that academic success that we all strive for. So we work with your scholar with organization, problem solving, exercising their frustration tolerance, strengths and challenges, working with them on their communication skills, asking for help, stretching their patience, inviting them to have peer helpers, and then most of all, perseverance. And in this short time that we've been together, we've had the opportunity to practice some of those things even so early in the school year. So let me take a few minutes and discuss a few things that we do in each of the class periods that I have planned for the entire school year. Period one is reading, and this year we're going to really hit those books pretty hard. We are reading New Kid right now, and that is written by Mr. Jerry Kraft. He came to our school last year through the Napa Reads program that I'm a part of. And the author visit is something that's my little baby. I really take a lot of pride and joy in bringing authors to the school and enjoy hearing their inside perspective of how they made or how they came up with a particular story. So I've got a real nice personal connection with the book New Kid based on our author visit last year. And as a class, as a group, we are excited about the sequel that's going to be coming out hot off the press on October 6th, which is Class Act. That will be the second book that we're going to be reading this year. Another book that I would like to read is by Michael Pollan, and the book is called Food Rules, talks about different rules in regards to food. That particular unit's going to be talking a lot about making some healthy food choices and what are some ways that we can take control of the food that we eat. I really like this particular book as well, how it is laid out, and the material that's presented is very digestible to our students. Another book that I would like to talk with our students about and read is called Refugee, and that's written by Alan Gratz. Now, what's really awesome is I've had the opportunity to meet each of these authors because of that Napa Reads program, so I can offer some additional inside perspective of these books based on my experience with the author. You might have also heard that the school district is really supporting this campaign about reading, which is no surprise. So I also wanted to offer a nice plug for that, that you can make an appointment to check out a book, a real book, at our Silverado library here. I understand that the public library is also open for limited usage, so reaching out to the public library, but you don't even have to leave your home for this other option, and that is you can log in to Sora, which is a online program connected with Clever, where your student, your scholar, can check out electronic books, ebooks, audiobooks, even picture books if needed. So Sora is a great online resource that is connected to their lunch code number. I'll be showing the students, definitely by the time you see this video, I'll be showing them how to access Sora and what are those library resources that are available for free for them. It's really great. Lots of resources are out there. Period 2 is all about writing. We're going to be doing a variety of different types of writing that's connected to the books that we're reading. So a short list that I've created here is reflective writing, journaling, creative writing, summarization, discussion. Something else that came to mind would be letter writing. So we're going to just be working on polishing up their writing skills with complete sentences, correct punctuation, the whole 9 yards. We go big around here. So really looking like to make those connections with what we're reading to what we're writing so that we can just create those deeper connections with literature and bring it alive. All right, period 3 is science. This is one of my absolute favorites. I don't know, it's hard to tell which one is my favorite, but this is something that we have been working with for 3 years now. So our school, Gateway in particular, has a blissful relationship with the Marine Mammal Center that's located in Bunker Hill and Marin, and that is a marine mammal hospital. Well, they have a tremendous program for educators in the middle school setting where curriculum is provided. And, well, under normal circumstances, 2 field trips are included in our partnership where we are learning more about growing in our awareness for environmental awareness and how we are directly connected to our oceans and our oceans' health. So you might have heard your student talk about their marine mammal report that they're working on. Each of your scholars have chosen one one typical patient at the marine mammal, one species, one typical species that could be found at the Marine Mammal Center. And they've started to compose a number of slides showing their expertise on a particular species. So we've been using the Marine Mammal Center website as a foundational place for their research. And we're going to be venturing out pretty soon to see if we can use other resources to gather that information to complete that particular report. But that's just one of many different types of curriculum assignments that are going to come our way. It's all heavily emphasized with ocean and ocean health, and it lends itself to so many different areas: geography, longitude and latitude, of course, project-based learning. So this relationship with that Marine Mammal Center in Marin has been a real enhancement to our program. No one else does this. No one else in Napa has the relationship like we do with the Marine Mammal Center. So it's a real gift, and I am loving starting my 3rd year with this. Well, another passion that you might have heard is period 4 is life skills. Life skills is a great opportunity for us to offer to your student additional information and curriculum about skills that they will need today and tomorrow and for the rest of their lives. So here is where we are partnered with the Dave Ramsey program called Foundations in Personal Finance. We're learning about money. We're learning about how to save, how to budget, how to bring all that to the middle school setting and really start talking about those complicated concepts at this early age when they can grow in their knowledge of what a budget is, what income is, and start using some of the vocabulary so that they can grow in their confidence to be ready for when the time comes when they too will have to do all those adult like things and manage their money. We also practice life skills in the kitchen. You might have heard or seen, we are doing a cooking show on Fridays. We're still keeping true with our chef of the week. You can see on the board behind me that we've got our chef already figured out. The chef finds a recipe, and on Fridays, I create that and really instruct the students as to how to make it. And unfortunately, they're not able to taste the food, but I feel like we really descriptively describe how to make this, whatever it might be, so that if they were to be given the parental support, they too could create such a thing in the kitchen. One of my huge passions is cooking and the importance of that as a life skill. So we definitely are making connections to food and the kitchen very, very easily and quite all the time. So here's me being the masked chef that we are at this time and date. Um, really enjoy what we are able to do as far as bringing the kitchen to life and connecting the students with recipes. This all has to do with along the way, we're creating a cookbook. At the end of the year, the students will walk away with a very comprehensive cookbook of all the different things that we've created during the school year. Last year, we had over 50 recipes of different things that we created to celebrate birthdays, to celebrate our chef of the week, and any other little special circumstances that came up along the way. Something else that we really do focus on additionally is career exploration. Your student will be exploring an area, a career area of interest, and dive deep with that, figuring out perhaps how much that particular career might make as an income. If possible, reaching out to someone within that career for some personal interaction so that they can ask questions. This has always been really, really fun to see what the kids are interested in and then bring some of their dreams alive. I'm hoping that we could still have a guest speaker join us if that is possible through Zoom. So it's happened before where we've had guest speakers come in just based on the inspiration that the students bring as far as interests go. So I see today and this year is no different. I'm hoping to invite those more knowledgeable in the field to come and share their knowledge. Additionally, in life skills, we also are working really hard with those aspects of social and emotional learning, speaking of and making connections, creating relationship. I hope you feel that within this Gateway program that your scholar is welcomed with open arms, and we do create community back here. So we are working on social emotional learning, relationship building, connections, and it's not just limited to life skills, but I felt that it was important to mention here. All right, fifth period, you'll notice is missing from my slides. That's Miss Can. She'll discuss that quite extensively in her slide reel. Then we hop into period 6, which is PE. So PE is a little different this year than it ever has been before, but the idea is the same virtually or in person. And that is that our goal during PE is to provide structured opportunities for activities where we're moving our bodies. Okay, so virtually, what has that been like? What does that mean? It means that we're engaging in high interest videos and we're doing workouts online. If you've joined your scholar at any point for PE, you know, myself and our staff, our support staff are right along with those students doing the activities and sweating just as much, if not more than they are. Okay. The same would be true in person. Of course, weather depending. Activities would be outside. If we were to have smoke days or inclement weather, of course, the activities would be moved to inside. So PE is a great opportunity where the students are just moving their bodies and staff support is available and present, ready to help them. All right, so we have been hearing vocabulary this year that is just said a whole lot. So I wanted to take a moment to discuss the difference between the synchronous activities and the asynchronous activities. Okay, synchronous. Synchronous means the students are in class. They're either engaged on Zoom or they're face-to-face in our learning environment. Okay, that's synchronous when it is that learning is happening and we are connected that way. The synchronous activities could include pair deck guided activities. So that is where students are logging into a slide reel and they are participating through this program called Pair Deck. We've done it. The students have done it with Miss Can as well. It's an interactive slide deck. It's really quite fun. Another synchronous activity that we would engage in is the guided lessons and activities. So PE would be one of those. When we're reading our book aloud, working on our writing, those are those guided lessons and activities. Small group and one-on-one instruction. I've been really practicing that stuff a lot, almost every day, working in that breakout room situation where we pair your scholar with an adult, with the staff to be working one-on-one with whatever the task is that has been assigned. That is a huge benefit back here in the Gateway program is that we have a small group by its very nature. And we're able to provide that one-on-one instruction that is unparalleled. The addition this year for the synchronous activities is this program that you're able to log in through Clever with called iExcel. And this is new to us, and it's new to you, and it's new to your student. iExcel is a targeted student learning opportunity. So it's 100% based online, and it offers targeted learning for your student at their levels, their academic levels. So specifically in language arts and in math. So the feedback that I have been receiving is that sometimes the lessons during the synchronous learning have been perhaps a little easy. Keep in mind that we need to provide that differentiated learning opportunity for all of our students. What I like about iExcel is that it offers that targeted student learning at their specific level. So if you need more assistance with a particular concept in math, you're able to dive into that iExcel program and it tailors its questions and its structure for whatever your students might need. All right. Asynchronous activities. That's when we're not logged in together, when your student is in their learning environment at home and I'm not talking to them. Okay, the computer's closed or maybe it's open. Let's say it's open. They are working on their Google Classroom activities. They are engaging with reading material, books, magazines, newspapers. They're logging into Sora and checking out a book. The district is recommending an hour, that is an error on my slide, an hour a week. They're recommending an hour a day of exposure to written material. Okay, so That could be a goal. It's not all at once, broken up into small chunks. We will be introducing the idea of a reading log so that the students could keep track of what they're reading, but I have not introduced that yet. And then, of course, another asynchronous activity that the students could work on would be to work on that IXL program. What I'm recommending is 30 minutes a week in English language arts. This can absolutely be broken up, and more is always welcome. All right, so synchronous, we're working together, we're talking to the students, we're in that breakout session, we're engaging with each other. Asynchronous, it's when your student is not logged in for that direct instruction. All right, well, middle school, it's thick with responsibility. The bar is that much higher academically. Multiple classes, multiple teachers. We got to stay organized. All right. So this week, this week meaning September 15th, you might have noticed that we started using our hard copy planners. Okay. This is one way that we are encouraging organization. Okay, so we've written in the planner so far, it's Tuesday, and we wrote in our planner for Monday and for Tuesday. So one way that you can help your students stay organized is ask them to show you their planner. In the planner, it lists what was the activity that we completed, and I put a little star whenever there's a homework like activity to do, okay? An asynchronous activity to do. So you'll notice here, the activity that we did is we set up our e-binder, and then a homework activity is that IXL and to read a book, okay? I'm marking that asynchronous activity, the homework activity, with a little star, just as a code, okay? So that's one way. Stay organized. Check your Scholars Planner. Another way is have them show you their Google Classroom. The Google Classroom is set up, hopefully, in a real streamlined way where they're able to show you where their assignments are, what they've done, resources that are available. Have them give you a tour. And if you have any questions about any of these things, just reach out to me. My last slide has all of my contact information. Rest assured that we, you, me, our staff, your scholars, we are all learning together. There's never a moment where I don't remind the students that I'm learning just as much about things as they are, especially with this distance learning situation. So trust me, we are all in this together. All right, here's a little snapshot of what that Google Classroom situation might look like. I just took a little snapshot of reading. Okay, so what you'll see in the Google Classroom when your students give you that tour is that you will be able to click on one of 6 classes that they are part of. Okay, within that particular specific classroom, there's a resources tab, and then there's the assignments tab. The resources are for things that I want to bring to their attention that aren't connected to a task so much if they're in that section. So a link for Zoom or additional tools to help support the learning. The assignments section right here, that's where you would find the assignments that your scholar would need to complete. Okay? And these are those independent, at-home activities. Sometimes we're able to start them during our class period, but rarely do we finish them. So that would be an opportunity for some asynchronous work activity to do. All right, so we've reached the end. Here's how you can contact me. With the unusual nature of our schedule, I would suggest to contact with email first. Okay. Our schedule is just so different as we're all getting used to it, and it just started on Monday. So, my number one that I would encourage you to contact me with is email. However, I'm always open to fielding a phone call if that better suits your needs. Okay, so our classroom is open for you to ask questions. I'm really looking forward to partnering with each and every single one of your families. I'm invested in your child's education. Our whole staff is invested in your child's education. So if you have a question, if you have a concern, if you have a curiosity, please reach out. Uh, I'm happy to answer any of the questions that you have. And, or if I'm not able to answer your question, I will definitely reach out to the appropriate person to get an answer to you as quick as possible. Right. Here's my request to you is you have this opportunity to fill out a form that is attached. Excuse me. You have this opportunity to fill out this form here. If you have any questions or if you have any follow-up information that you wish to share with us, with me, and our team. Okay, so the link is here. With this form, I will get those results and respond as quickly as I can to any questions or follow up information that you wish to share with us. All right, with that, I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to this slideshow and this perspective of learning for your student this year. Please reach out if you have any questions. I'm looking forward to partnering with you over the course of your student's academic career here at Silverado Middle School. Take care.